Hello, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of The Perception Diet, and today we're going to tentatively wrap up our series on creativity. And I say tentatively because you guys are so amazing and so insightful and so smart, and you ask such awesome questions and make such awesome comments that sometimes I think I'm done talking about something, and then one of you guys say something or ask something and it inspires another video. So that may happen. So I'm saying, tentatively, this is the end of the series. And also this might be something that I just add to as we go along, kind of like the Lightworker series. So we're going to say tentatively we'll take a break from this for a couple of weeks or a couple of videos, but we may come back to it. All right. So in today's video, I want to talk about why the whole world isn't living their awesome, powerful creator life. Yeah. So we've talked now all about how to become a powerful creator. We talked about receptivity, we talked about conductivity, we talked about learning, we talked about manifestation, we talked about all of this, and we talked about how to get into this place of truly being the person that you came here to be, to create what you came here to create. And it all sounds really fun, and it all sounds really exciting, and it's challenging, and it's all these things. But now we got to start to think, okay, why is it that most people don't live a life like this, right? And we talked about what it's like to live a really, truly creative life. When you're really living your purpose, you're living in your powerful, co-creative state, it's a completely different life than what most people are living, right? We start to find that we have more inspiration than we know what to do with, yes? And this is something that I've experienced and that my sister experiences, that it's truly like it never dries up. It never dries up, and it seems to feed itself. And you get to this place where you're like frustrated that your vessel can't be up 24/7 just working or doing what you're doing because your life is so exciting to you. And then the second thing that I think is really powerful to think about and to contemplate as being a part of what a creative life looks like is that there's a continuity of your experience. There isn't so much this jarring difference between your work life and your home life and your relationship with these people and how you are over here and how you are. There starts to be a continuity, and you start to be able to find an authenticity that is not a millennial thing, but like a true authenticity in the sense that when you're living your creative life, you become less and less concerned about how it looks and how people are going to perceive you and how you need to be here and how you need to be there to be able, and you start to be able to be the same person in every area of your life. So you're not listening to your spiritual podcast all the way to work, and then when you get to work, you got to talk about what was on Entertainment Tonight last night. And it just feels like this big jarring difference. Or how you feel when you're driving to work listening to your spiritual podcast, and then you get to work and the work you're doing doesn't feel like how listening to your spiritual podcast felt. And we are all kind of adapted to that. Our lives feeling really good over here and really terrible over here and really good over here and really terrible over here. And when we're living our creative life and we're really taking the steps to create this life for ourselves where we can be that stops happening. There really starts to be this is what my life feels like. It feels pretty good all the time, even when I'm dealing with negative emotions, even when I'm dealing with struggles, even when I'm dealing with challenges. There's this overriding sense of, but I'm learning something, and I'm growing, and I'm changing, and that feels good. So even if it's hard and challenging or whatever, there isn't these times in life that feel so much worse than all the other times. And so this is kind of the peace and the security and the peace that everyone who's a yogi or a spiritual person or doing emotional mastery work, whatever, is seeking, is this continuity. And I'm telling you that it's going to come from you being an authentic version of yourself. And it's really not, and it's all these things. It's this conductivity, this receptivity, all of the things that we talked about, the discipline, the doing the things, the being yourself. And what this really means is, okay, when we're living this life, we are accepting ourselves and expressing ourselves and loving ourselves to a whole new level that is completely radical and outside the box of pretty much 99.9999999% of the people out there. Okay? And this is why we never do it. This is why most people will never reach their creative potential. This is why most people will never live a creative life where they feel like a powerful co-creator of their life, where they don't feel like a victim to what's happening to them, and every challenge and every setback and everything that happens to them is not a, oh my God, why did this happen? Or, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Or, oh my God, what's wrong with me? But instead is a, okay, opportunity to learn. It was kind of shitty, but all right, we learned something. We're going to get through this. I feel shitty today. Okay, I feel shitty today. I can love myself through this. I can be with myself. Why? What needs to change? Yes, this is how we get out of the whole spiritual cul-de-sac of if I just meditate long enough, I'll be okay with whatever's happening to me. No, you won't. Because if there are things in your life that feel shitty all the time, yes, sometimes it's because you're perceiving it incorrectly, but a lot of the time it's because that thing needs to change, and you need to change it. You need to take action to change it. And this is what a creative life is. It is you being willing to accept who and what you are so much that you will change your life in radical ways sometimes, knowing you're going to disappoint people, knowing other people are not going to approve, knowing you're going to lose the love of certain people and certain things and society at large, because you love yourself enough to live authentically as you. Okay? This is why no one does this. Because we're all so addicted to external love and external approval and the value systems that we grew up with, that we may even be subconsciously not even aware of, that drive us to live lives that are not authentic to who we are. So this is the bottom line of this. To live a powerful co-creative life, you gotta be stepping into who you are more and more and more. And I know that there are people out there that think you don't exist, or who am I can't find. That's bullshit. You know who you are. You know what you like. You know that there is a unique mix of things that we take them all apart. It doesn't really mean anything. But we put them all together in the specific combination that is you, combined with all the experiences you have had. You are a unique individual. So yes, of course, when we all dissect it and take it apart, what kind of music do I like? What kind of what have I been through? Who were my parents? But that's all just relative. Other people have that too. That doesn't mean anything about. But yes, it's the combination. It's the putting all that stuff together in the specific way that it is put together with you that makes you an individual. That is who you are. That is part of what you are. And it's all of these likes and all of these dislikes and all of these experiences and the things that you're interested in, the things that you're not, and the things you want to express that are you in this life. Yes? So again, ultimately speaking, you're one with everything. Yes, of course. From the ultimate perspective, you're not an individual. You are everything. But that does not negate the relative. And so we have to be intelligent enough, and this is truly an intelligence thing, to hold both the universal perspective and the relative perspective at the same time. This is not about one or the other. I'm just nothing because I'm everything. I'm just exactly what I am and have no connection to everything else. No, neither of those two things are the truth. The truth is both are true. You are a part of the collective. Everything you do has an effect on everything else. And at the same time, you are an individual. You are a piece. You are not the collective. You are not relative. As in, you are not just whatever everyone else is. You're specific. You're specific. And so if you want to live a creative life, you first have to address and acknowledge and figure out that you are specific. Your path is not going to look like anybody else's path. So this is reason number 2 why no one does this. Number 1, we don't want to embrace who we are. We want to scapegoat. We want to, because we are afraid of not fitting in. Yeah? We're afraid that if we're a unique individual, people aren't going to love us and they're going to reject us. And here's my newsflash for you. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're going to get rejected for who and what you are. You are going to get rejected for who and what you are. Love is going to be taken away from you from the outside. When you express who and what you are going to lose approval. You are going to lose love. You are going to lose people. I promise you, it will happen. Your worst fear is absolutely true. But if you are doing this path with the self-love that it requires, you will start to realize that the only love you really wanted was the love of yourself. The only love you actually need is the love of yourself. We talk about how we are tribal and we are a collective and we need the love of other people and we can't do it alone and blah, blah. That's bullshit. Okay? That is coming from a world full of people that don't know how to love themselves. That's what it is. The tribal thing does not apply to us. We don't need other people to survive. In the Western world, in the developed world, you can live in Japan and be a little boy who stays in on your computer all day and never goes out and never has friends and never does anything and orders food and works online. You don't need other people to approve of you and what you're doing in order to survive anymore. This is the thing. People can hate you and think you're stupid and a waste of time. They'll still bring you food if you have money. You can still make money without them knowing how your life is. This is the thing. So it's crap. We have to be brave enough to love ourselves that much that even if the whole world thinks we're stupid, it's okay because I'm doing what I know is right for me. And then knowing that when you're truly doing that, you are doing what's right for everyone else. We're all so afraid that we're going to get this big head if we believe in ourselves, that we're going to just become egotistical, egomaniacal maniacs if we think that we're good. Okay, this is the exact opposite of the truth. Nobody who truly loves themselves is interested in the whole world knowing how great they are. That comes from not loving yourself. The egotistical, egomaniacal, crazy people that we see out there and we're like, ooh, I don't want to be that. Don't believe in myself too much because I might get a big head like this person. That they have a big head because they hate themselves. It's period, end of story, bottom line. They do not love who they are. Because if they were okay with who they were, they really actually believed they were good, they don't need the world to tell them. This is the thing. You don't need the world to tell you that you're amazing if you think you're amazing. And then the second thing is, you're going to be too busy being excited and inspired and doing your thing to worry about what other people think about you. You're not going to be doing it to get love. And this is the thing. The second reason people don't live a creative life is because they're doing things to get love. And automatically, you're not going to be authentic when you're doing that. You are never going to be your highest creative potential if you're doing what you're doing for outside approval. You are going to then sacrifice yourself, you're going to cut things off, you're going to become less receptive, less conductive, less disciplined, because you're going to be so worried about what everyone thinks. You're going to sit down to do whatever you're going to do, sit down to draw, sit down to write, sit down to whatever, and all you're going to hear in your head is how other people are going to reject you. Yeah, they are going to. So if you love yourself enough, you have to sit down and say, okay, the whole world might reject me. Everyone might think this is stupid. This might have no positive impact on anybody else, but it's what I really want to do. It's what's inside of me. It's what I know I am here to do. You have to do it anyways. And that's how you learn to love yourself. You face the fear. You have to face the fear. You have to face the fear. You have to face the fear of being yourself, doing your thing, putting yourself out there, and getting rejected, and doing it anyways. Getting rejected and keep on doing it. Getting rejected, do it more. Love yourself more. Continue to say, it's okay if everyone else hates you, I love you. Watch how that changes your life. Get rid of this ego thing. Get rid of this fear that if other people don't love me, I have to hate myself. No, you don't. You really don't. You can learn to love yourself even when other people are rejecting you. And you simply do it by loving yourself even when other people are rejecting you. It's not hard. It's just all that negative stuff and that, oh my God, I can't believe it, someone's rejecting me. You just notice that's happening and then you relax and you say, it's okay, I love you. I approve of you. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, they're rejecting me. All right. It's really as simple as that. It's not hard, okay? Third thing is there's no clear path. When we're really truly living a creative life, you're creating it. There isn't a template to follow. There's no one that you can look to who's done exactly what you're doing, so that guarantees success in the way that you think success is right now. People don't do it because we think we need to have an example, we need to have a path, we need to know exactly how it's going to go, we need to know exactly all the steps, and if we can't figure out how we're going to get from here to what we deem success, we're just not going to do it. And that is what fucks us over. No, that is not how this is going to work. If you're going to live a creative life, it's going to be a complete, unique experience. There are going to be other people who have done something similar to what you're doing that you can look at and get some inspiration or some guidance or some support. But you're going to be relying on yourself. And that is a huge thing that none of us want to embrace. That you are going to have to trust yourself. You are going to have to do things, make a mistake, learn how to clean it up. Yes, you're going to have to deal with the learning trauma that we all have. And I think I'm going to make another video on this. I'm just going to talk specifically about a learning trauma. So if you're interested in that, we'll go into it deeper. But essentially in this video, I'm just going to say, you're going to do things. It's not going to go the way you thought it should go. So what you're going to have to do is learn how to learn from that. Meaning, instead of berating yourself, instead of beating yourself up, instead of watching how everyone rejects you, instead of, oh my God, I'm a failure and I didn't know what I was, okay, what happened? Why did it happen? So first thing is start with the first two things. Loving yourself anyways. You just stop beating yourself up and start saying, okay, I didn't know, it's all right. I didn't know. I did it. I thought it was going to go this way. It went a different way. It didn't go how I thought. Fail. It was a fail. Okay. Why? What happened? How can I pick up the pieces? How can I show myself it's okay to fail because I can fix it, right? We all have this trauma of we never learned how to fix our own mistakes. And so when we're all afraid to make a mistake, but then if we do make a mistake, we feel like, oh God, now I can't do anything about it. So get yourself to use that discipline. Okay, so I made this mess. Who do I need to apologize to? Who do I need to pay? I made a mess, whatever. How do I clean it up? Yeah, we start to learn to clean it up, and we learn that, okay, we can make mistakes and we can fix them. That's fine. Yes? And then we say, okay, there is not going to be anyone that I can look to for how this is going to go. And the second thing is, I'm not going to know how it's going to go. I am not going to know the whole process. I am not going to know where I'm going to end up. And eventually you get to a place where you get let go of that altogether. The goal of being whatever it is that you think you want to be right now, this creative person, you will let that go at some point and just say, I'm just living. I don't even know where this is going. Like this is how I feel with the perception trainer stuff. I'm going to be doing this work until the day that I die. I have no idea where it's going to turn into. I have no idea where it's going to go, and that doesn't matter to me. I don't have goals for this. And watch that, right? Most people would look at me and think, wow, she's incredibly motivated. She makes 2 videos a week. She posts a blog every week. She's making programs. I'm doing a lot of stuff. She must have goals. She must have I don't have any goals. This is just coming out of me because I'm being authentic. That's what this is. I'm not worried that someone's going to find out something about my personal life that doesn't align with my teachings, because this is just who I am all the time. And I'm not saying that as a brag. I'm saying that as that is what is the result of loving yourself enough to live your life. I have disappointed so many people. I have lost so many people. I have had to figure this all out for myself. And that's why I'm here. And this is why no one does it, because it's scary. You have to be strong enough to love yourself, and you have to be strong enough to make mistakes, and strong enough to not know, and strong enough to figure it out for yourself. So, and someone asked me, so what's the good part of doing this? Why would I do? Because then you get everything you ever wanted. Literally, you get everything you ever wanted and so much better. This life that I have, I did not know I could be this happy. And I'm saying that genuinely. I did not know it was possible to have this amazing of a life. And I have it because I was willing to love myself, I was willing to get rejected, and I was willing to figure it out for myself. And that's why no one does this. So if you really want this, that's what it's going to require. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, remember, you can ask them, answer them yourself, and then I'll answer you. And you can leave those down below. Like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I'll see you in the next video.